Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. I'm going to tell you the best places for you to go get business funding, or the best options for business funding within 10 minutes when you have bad credit, okay? But one of the things that I clearly have to help you understand, look, if you don't have high revenue in your business and you don't have a good credit score, why are you expecting tens of thousands of dollars? It doesn't make sense. I always get this, people calling when their credit is bad, they don't have a business, or their business going under, and these are the people that's expecting tens of thousands of dollars from banks. Then you have to ask yourself honestly, would you give somebody that has bad credit, no strong revenue in a business, would you give them $10,000? You as an individual, would you give somebody that type of money? Right? Because you already show that you're not trustworthy of funding. So that's the reason why I continue to tell you guys, you have to start at the basics. All right? And this may offend some people, and I'm cool with that. But at least if you hear the truth, then you come to reality and say, well, okay, let me start to repair my credit. Well, let me start to try to learn how to structure my business so that I can start learning how to get customers so I can start funding my business. If you're not willing to do that, then you're wasting your time. All right? And also the type of business. A lot of you all want to get into the real estate game and you don't even pay your rent on time. You don't even pay your rent on time, but you want to get into the real estate game. That's the thing about it. I'm continuing to tell you, that's the reason I gave you all the playbook. I said, if you want to get into the real estate game, I told you all, you can go over to Red Week and there's other platforms, buy a timeshare. You can buy a timeshare, then connect that with RCI, then you can buy weeks and rent those weeks to other people that want to go on vacation. That way you don't have to worry about the maintenance. You don't have to worry about any type of cleanups or whatever. And you're just collecting profits. That's the reason why I continue to try to give you all the game. A lot of you all are making this more complicated. You all want to go buy a fix and flip. How about you fix and flip your credit, right? Or maybe be willing to work multiple jobs. I have multiple businesses. I don't just have one income. I have multiple businesses. And I don't know why many of us in our community, I'm talking about us most of the time, because I don't get too many of any of these, right? But the reality of it, they're always looking to me when they need a hookup. It's like, this nigga, I'm not a criminal. I'm just a black man that understands business, and I have compassion for people that may have fallen, right? And just need a hand up. But I'm not a criminal. So you thinking you gonna call me to say, oh, let me get this quick hookup. I'm not that dude. I don't have no hookups for you. I'll help you, but I don't have any quick hookups for you. So I'm just telling you that. Now, going on to this funding aspect of it, again, there are lenders that will give you funding when you have bad credit. But you have to come to the table with something. You have to have some type of credit. You have to have some type of revenue in the business. You can't just expect to show up, you got terrible credit, you don't have no job, you don't have no regular income, and then expect for tens of thousands in funding. There are lenders, again, that will give you some funding, but they're not going to be giving you tens of thousands of dollars. All right, that's the reality of it. That being said, first credit card we're talking about is Arniva MasterCard. Let me spell that for you. EARNIVA MasterCard. Okay. Now they only go up to $700, and that's another thing. A lot of you people think that you need a whole lot of money to start a business. You don't. You don't need a whole lot of money to start a janitorial business. You don't need a whole lot of money to start a drop shipping business. Like I said, even like getting into the real estate game, you don't need money. It's the knowledge. You're lacking knowledge. So it ain't about the money. You can start a car detailing business. If you got a car, a registered car with insurance, then start with Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, or some type of other carrier type of company. And do that maybe 16, 18 hours a day. And take that money and put it into a business bank account. Structure the business. Set up payroll, and these are the things that we actually continue to tell you we help you do. And then that way you can build a relationship with these institutions. So the next credit card is Capital One Spark. Again, another credit card. I tell you guys, even with Capital One, people have had bad credit cards with Capital One. And I've seen people get 2 and 3 credit cards after their relationship with Capital One go bad. So the Capital One Spark Classic card, even when you have a bad relationship on a personal side, they may still give you a Spark Classic business credit card, okay? That's the thing about it. They still may give it to you. All right. Now, this new credit card I was telling you about is the NRA, right? And so with this NRA, this credit card goes up to $50,000. No hard pull on your credit. So it's the National Realtors Association credit card, okay? Do you have to be a realtor to get it? No. It's a fintech company, right? And so they're going to be looking at third-party credit bureaus to see if you qualify, all right? Then you have NAV. A lot of people, they don't even want to get the NAV card. They're talking about building business credit and won't even get the NAV card. How are you going to talk about getting business credit and business funding when you won't even get a card that actually does what you want it to do? That doesn't make any sense. That's the reason I tell people, hey, go over to NAB, register your business, go over to NAB, apply for their NAB Prime. I usually put a link in the description of the video and tell you to go over there and apply. And the reason I tell you to do that is because you're going to get 2 trade lines on your business credit file. Again, you cannot build up business credit if you don't have the financial instruments to build it on. This is one of the easiest platforms.